Hello dudes, Scooter here, and today we're gonna learn about mammalian structures. Why are we learning this? Because our owner needs to study. So, the first mammalian structures is antlers. Now, we don't have any even-toed or hoofed mammals, so we're gonna do the next best thing. We're gonna Google it. Now, if you go on Google and search antler, it should be pretty obvious, but you never know. So, here is a Google image of an antler. Now, as you see, technical difficulties. One moment, please. This is an antler. Do you see? On top of his head. If you zoom in, if my human could actually zoom in, there we go. That is an antler. An antler is often branched, so it's different than a horn, but some people confuse the two. This is just another variation of horns. If you look closely, then you'll see that the antlers are branched, so it's completely different than a horn. The next structure on our list is called the baculum. Now, what is the baculum, you might say? Well, it is a bone in the gonad of some male mammals. Now, humans do not have this. They have, I think, what's called blood flow. Yeah. And believe it or not, some people actually collect baculums. Now, again, a baculum is the bone of a gonad that people collect. It's a male gonad. But, it's impressive to me. The next structure on our list, as you can see, Simba is going to aid me along, is the brisket. Now, the brisket, as well as the food, is basically the chest of a mammal. When you're eating brisket, you're basically eating this right here. Yes, it is this. Make sure to get a good angle now. Ugh, shut up. That is the brisket. The next structure on our list is the claw. Now, it could be pretty obvious what a claw is, but it is still on the list nonetheless. So, this is what a claw is. It's very sharp, and you can probably puncture a lot of things with the claw. The next is a Dewclaw. A Dewclaw is basically an extra claw on some mammals, and it's most famously in lions or dogs or anything of the sort. We also have another image, that scar, that really shows off the Dewclaw right there. It acts kind of like a thumb. Then we have the dewlap. The dewlap is basically some extra loose skin. Blech. But, in some animals like this iguana here, it's used to attract mates. There's this iguana, and then we have another picture of an iguana that's really showing off its dewlap. Next is just a digit. Now, a digit is basically like a little toe or something like that. Like an individual toe. An individual toe or a finger if you are like a primate or a human. Now this is a fretlock. A fretlock is that, do you know the swelly part right there? That's a fretlock. It's kind of weird looking. But then the fretlock is a joint swelling just above the hoof. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, most, if not all, hoofed animals have this. Maybe not pigs or anything, but like cattle or maybe giraffes. Giraffes have them, or anything like the sort. Now, this right here is the flank. So not the leg, not the hind leg. So this little part right here is the flank. It's I would say it's kind of like the stomach, but then they just call it the flank. And then it's right here. It's the flank is at the side of the mammal between the ribs and then the hip, wherever, maybe in here. But right there is the flank. Now these are the horns. So notice how the horns, it's basically kind of curvy, and then with antlers they're branched. So they're very different. This is another example of a branched, this is another example of a swirly horn. See how it's like a little swirly action there? That is a horn. The next structure is the milk line. The milk line are these little regions along the belly area that can develop into mammalian glands. And they're used for producing milk to their young. The next structure is the muzzle. Now, as you can see, I have a very short muzzle. Wolf here, he got a fairly long muzzle. The muzzle is basically where our little nose and our little mouth, where they're at. It's basically in the front of the face. And I know that some people are gonna instantly say, isn't that the snout? And apparently there are different ways of doing it. Apparently muzzle is supposedly correct. I still think snout. I think there should be a difference between snout and muzzle, but I will. This is muzzle. Right here. This is the muzzle. Right here. The nose, basically. So, the next is the nail. And by nail, I mean like a primate or a human nail. They don't have claws like other mammals do. They have nails. And literally, it seems like no one knows what they're for. But to show you what a nail is, my owner got a nail. That's what a nail should be. It's pretty self-explanatory. The nail. The next is pinna. Pinna is the external ear. So see, I have a very long external ear. Some mammals have what's called an internal ear. And that's okay, but this is the external ear, and it's the pinna. So, the next one, this is the rump. The rump. See, it should be called wheel, but scientists. This is called the rump. Make sure to get a good angle, Nala. The rump. Now, the next structure needs a bit of an introduction. This lion, he seems very happy, and you'll see why in a sec. If you actually zoom in, then you'll actually see that he is showing his scrotum. And don't question me why it says big right next to it. But that is the scrotum. It's usually behind the gonad. The next is teat. And I know that sounds funny, but this is serious. We need to take this professionally. This is a teat. And it's used to produce milk to the young. So, that's teat. This is one version, and then there's another version too. So, the final one is called withers. Now, withers is a definite weird name, but it is the region, it's kind of like the backbone, but it's at basically at the shoulder of any mammal. It's like usually the highest portion of the back, and it often means the height at withers, the height right there, circled in blue. This marks the end of the video, and I hope you liked it. Anyways, later, dudes. Bye.